A combine harvester rolling through a wheat field looks like it's simply eating the crop. What's actually happening inside is three ancient jobs done in a matter of seconds. Start with the name because it explains everything. The machine is called a combine because it combines three completely separate tasks that for thousands of years were done by hand in different places at different times. First, reaping, cutting the crop down, then thrashing, knocking the grain loose from the plant, and finally winnowing, separating the light, useless chaff from the heavy, edible grain. Once, each of these took whole crews of people and weeks of brutal labor. Reapers with scythes, workers beating sheaves with flails, and farmers tossing grain into the wind to blow the husks away. The combine crushes all three jobs into one continuous flow, happening inside a single machine as it rolls across the field. Let's follow a single stalk of wheat through it. It begins at the front with the wide platform called the header. As the combine moves forward, a slowly spinning reel gently pushes the standing crop back toward a fast-moving cutter bar, a long row of blades slicing back and forth like an enormous electric razor. In an instant, the stalks are cut off cleanly at the bottom and swept inward. On a big machine, that header can be over 40 feet wide, mowing down a strip of crop wider than a house with every single pass. What once took a line of workers with hand scythes a full day now happens continuously, at walking speed, without anyone touching the plants. The cut crop is immediately pulled into the throat of the machine by the feeder house, a conveyor that gathers the loose tangle of stalks and delivers them in a steady, even stream deeper inside. This part matters more than it sounds. If the crop went in unevenly, in clumps and gaps, the delicate work happening next would choke or miss grain. So the feeder house acts like a careful set of hands, feeding the guts of the combine a smooth, constant ribbon of wheat. Now comes the heart of the whole machine, thrashing. The stream of crop is fed into a large, powerful rotating drum, or in modern combines, a long spinning rotor. This drum spins against a curved metal grate called the concave, and in the narrow gap between them, the crop is rubbed and beaten. Not smashed, but tumbled hard enough that the grain kernels pop free from the heads that hold them. The small, heavy kernels immediately fall through the openings in the concave, while the long straw keeps moving through. This single spinning drum does, in a fraction of a second, what once took a person swinging a wooden flail against the harvest for hours. But thrashing is never perfect. A fair amount of grain is still tangled up in the straw as it leaves the drum. So the combine's next job is to shake that straw and rescue every last kernel. Older machines use straw walkers, a set of long step trays that violently jiggle the straw as it travels toward the back, letting trapped grain rattle down and out. Modern rotary combines instead keep spinning the material against grates, flinging the grain out by centrifugal force. Either way, the goal is the same. Separate the valuable seed from the worthless stalk and lose as little as possible out the back of the machine. All the grain that has fallen through now lands on the cleaning system, and this is winnowing mechanized. The grain drops onto a stack of vibrating sieves, screens with holes sized to let kernels through while blocking bigger junk. At the same time, a powerful fan blasts a stream of air up through the falling grain. The kernels are dense and heavy, so they drop straight down against the wind. But the light chaff, dust, and bits of broken husk are simply blown up and out the back. It's the exact same principle as a farmer tossing grain into a breeze, just done by a fan and a set of shaking screens, thousands of times faster. What's left is a stream of clean, bare grain, and it's carried by a spinning auger up into a large holding tank on top of the combine. On a big machine, that tank can hold hundreds of bushels at a time. And here's one of the most impressive tricks of all. The combine doesn't even have to stop to empty it. A long unloading arm swings out to the side, and as a tractor and grain cart drive alongside at the exact same speed, the combine pumps its grain across, on the move without ever pausing the harvest. The clean grain flows from field to cart to truck in one unbroken chain. Meanwhile, everything the combine doesn't want, the straw and the fine chaff, is pushed out the very back. Sometimes it's chopped and spread evenly across the field to rot down and feed the soil for next year. Other times it's laid in a neat row, a windrow, to be baled up later for animal bedding or feed. Nothing much is wasted. The grain goes to the tank and the rest goes right back to the land it came from. Step back and think about what just happened. A crop was cut, beaten, shaken, blown clean, and stored all inside one machine, all in the few seconds it takes for a stalk to travel from the header to the grain tank. A single modern combine, with one person in the cab, can harvest more grain in an hour than an entire village once managed in days of exhausting work. And these machines are getting smarter every year, with sensors that weigh the grain flowing in and map the yield of every corner of the field foot by foot as they go. That map then tells the farmer exactly where the soil is strong and where it is struggling, so next season's seed and fertilizer can be aimed with astonishing precision. The humble grain harvester has quietly become one of the most sophisticated machines on the entire farm. So the next time you see one crawling across a golden field, remember, it's not just cutting wheat. It's running an entire harvest, start to finish, inside a single moving machine. Follow along for more of the hidden engineering behind your food.